Welcome back, everyone, to Smooth Shaving. I'm RD Shave. I know in the past videos I was talking about that I had all these samples from Sterling and Chiseled Face that I wanted to get through, and I was going to go through all the Sterling first. Kind of changed my mind up a little bit, so I ended up I'm going to do Sterling, Chiseled Face, Sterling, Chiseled Face. So today we will be running the Ghost Town Barber from Chiseled Face. I will be pairing that with the infamous but famous Muhle, or Muhle, however you all pronounce it, R41. This is the open comb. Black handle on this one. Very, very nice razor. A lot of people are afraid of this razor, but there's really no need to be worried about it if you have a good technique. I'll be using the Personna blades. I'll go ahead and get one of those out and get this razor loaded. So today will be the last. There's your Personna blade. I got off track, but I need to tell you all this. So a lot of people complain about the glue on your razor's blades. That glue is there for a specific reason, and that's to stop the blade from moving in the paper so it doesn't dull down and cut down the edge on the razor blade. I've even heard some people say that the glue changes the gap in the razor. Yeah. I don't think so. Now, the R41 does have a little bit of a hangover here. So once again, you head shavers, watch your ears. I really like this razor. I've only had this for, I had another one 2 years ago, ended up giving it to a young man, and then I just bought this one beginning or the end of last year. So I'm familiar with it. I've shaved with it. I really like this razor. And I'm gonna pair it with the old Muhle Badger brush. Got this on Amazon, a while back. 22 millimeter, really like this. Forgetting anything? Nope. No. Now, for those of you who like that good, thick lather, yeah, it makes some thick lather. It didn't take a lot of water either. So, let's get this shave started, and then we'll do the last part of the 3-part series of routine, rhythm, and technique. This is the technique video. There's not really much to it. It's a lot of common sense, guys. A lot of common sense. But this is where it's at. Once you learn this part, your shaving experience will change to an extent. I also want to thank all the people that viewed the video, all the likes and the subscribers. Wasn't expecting any of that, but humbled for it. I appreciate it, and thank you very much. I know there was a gentleman at work that came up to me and was like, hey man, saw you put some videos out. I like them. Why don't you do a shaved in tour like everybody else does? So, you know, he watches the videos. That's what he wants to see. So I'll probably do a shaved in tour tomorrow. And maybe post it Wednesday, Thursday. I might post it tomorrow too. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So technique. I'm gonna start a little different from my technique because I can show you the razor a little bit better. So what I do is I find that angle to where that cap, that bar, and that blade are all in a straight line. So you'll notice that I'll grab this sometimes and I'll put it straight up. Now I'm gonna come in a little closer just for the feedback part of it. You turn that fan off. I noticed the last time that you could hear that fan the whole time. And this room is kind of small, so it echoes. So the audio is a little weird on it too. All right, so I come in, I set that angle where it needs to be. Now, I hear the feedback. So it tells me I have the right angle. And then I just take short strokes. Make them methodical. Every blade is going to be different. Every razor is going to be different. Every angle of that razor will be different. Blade gap, which I'm going to break it down very simple. The smaller the blade gap is, the less aggressive the blade is because it lets less hair in. The bigger the gap is more aggressive because it lets more hair in. Now, when you're shaving with an aggressive blade razor, you want a good sharp blade in your razor. So you need to find those as well. Now, angle is where I see a lot of these newer guys messing up. And I'm talking about people that I've watched videos of them for with our first video up to like 3 years worth of videos, and they're still doing the same mistake. So they want to hold the razor way down towards the bottom. So as soon as you put that on your face and you put pressure on it, see how it changes the angle of that and brings it down? Now it still cuts, you can hear it, but it doesn't cut as well. And if you will notice, the guys that do this, 9 times out of 10, they like a more aggressive razor. And the reason being is because that bigger gap, that more blade exposure, so when they miss that angle and they put it at that 45, it still cuts for them. So that's a misconception right there that a lot of people don't see. So I always hold mine closer to the head, find that angle, and then make these shorter strokes. Now on my first pass, my strokes are anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches in length. Now, the common sense part of that is, if any of you all have ever been to the barber and the barber has shaved you, they take those short, little, methodical strokes to get the hair off because you have a lot of hair. Now, the the first pass is very important because you got to knock down, you're going to knock down probably, I'm going to say, we'll say 50% just to be on the safe side. Then on that second pass, you can start making a little bit longer strokes because now you're going to knock down about another 35% more of that hair. Then on your last pass, if you are a 3-pass guy, I'm a 3-pass guy, you're going to knock down the rest of it. Now, you're not going to get every hair when you shave. I don't. That's why I always make that little touch-up pass. Do I have to? No. But I know it's there. So all during the day, I'll be sitting there rubbing it and feeling it, and it'll aggravate the snot out of me. So I go ahead and get rid of them. So this soap, it's good soap. It's very, very, very slick soap. You know, but you've watched other videos of people shaving with this stuff. You know, the slickness of this newer technology in these soaps is pretty phenomenal. I'm getting a little dry right there. Some water on there. Pretty phenomenal. But this one reminds me of an old school aftershave. I'm not going to show it to you. No, that wasn't it. It reminds me no, that ain't it. But it reminds me of one that I have. I'll figure it out. Don't want to waste any time here. So now on my second pass, if you'll notice, my strokes do get, you know, in that 2 to 2.5 inch mark. But just remember, guys, take it slow. Get that angle right. This is when it gets a little complicated when you're upside down with it. But if you take that same method and you just find that angle and listen for that feedback, you'll have a good technique. But then the part of mastering that technique. I normally, when I get a new razor, I'll shave with that razor for an entire month. But I'm also using that time to see if all my blades are going to run in it, to make sure I'm getting my 3 to 5 shaves out of each blade in that razor. Some razors, especially, hang on. some of the razors, especially the ones on the more aggressive side, yeah, will eat a blade up pretty quick. And it's not, it's not the blade's fault. It's just the razor is letting more hair in there, so it makes it a little, so you cut more hair, so it makes it a little duller. But the big thing is getting that angle right. And if you don't have the right angle, you're running those more aggressive razors. You're running those very sharp blades or dull blades. Yeah. Do not sit there and razor rape your face. What do I mean by razor raping? You don't have the right angle, so you don't have the blade exposure that you need. So when you pass over an area with hair, you keep coming back to it. You keep going over it, over and over and over and over, and just sit there and just whack, 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 whack. Don't do that. Wet shaving is designed for several passes. Yeah, move on. Get it with your next pass. If you don't, get it with your next pass. If you don't, do a little touch up on it. But don't sit there and spend 10 seconds absolutely tearing your face up on your first pass, and then on your second pass, you hit that same spot and do the same thing. Usually if you're missing hair, it's because of the angle. And it's the way you shave your face each time is different. Your face contours, and you have to learn to contour that razor with your face to keep that angle. You can hear that digging right there. Now, right here is my trouble spot. And with this razor, I have to be extremely careful. It's not that I'm worried about cutting myself. I'm worried about tearing my face up, burning myself. And you'll see after this shave, I will have razor burn on my neck. Just because this is a very aggressive razor for me. And to be honest with you, until I had gone through and made myself try different blades, I always ran a feather blade in an open comb because it was a sharper blade and it would get the job done better. So see, when I go back here, you notice I turn my head a little bit because I can't keep that angle on the blade and the razor. So that's just, you know, lessons learned. You're like, oh, boy, got myself pretty good today. Now, I expect myself to get cut here. The other night, I kept having a hair on my goatee that was getting into my mouth, so it kind of made me mad. Plus, there was a little bit of, drink involved. So I come in here to get it. Well, this big burst of thunder scared the snot out of me, and it jerked. So I ended up cutting that off. So I cut these off. So I've had hair here for the past 4 or 5 years. Thick hair from my beard. So I expect that to cut and get nicks and things until it gets used to it. So let's see if we got any high spots. Nope. I got one little spot right there. One little spot right there. I got it. Not a lot of touch up. This is a good razor. That soap was good too. And it's gonna suck going through all these new soaps because now I'm gonna need to buy more. I just got rid of all those razors that I had, and now I'm gonna end up buying all these soaps. And God knows you can't get through them all. What I have up here, and as much as I use to make my lather, as long as the stuff stays good, I probably got 10, possibly 15 years worth of soaps. Probably burn through the aftershaves pretty quick, but like I said, hobby. No. So, keep that good angle. Keep that technique. I don't want to harp on the technique. It's something you need to learn how to do. And even if, you are one of those that don't hold the right angle and use a more aggressive razor to shave with, hey, if it works for you, let it ride. We'll use something here. Normally, don't use these. I've got a lot of hate for the alum block. The only way that I was ever taught to use the alum block was if I cut myself, and only on the places that I cut myself, because I do have sensitive skin. And I talked to a dermatologist, and they said that an alum block is good for sensitive skin to get rid of minor cuts, minor burns, minor nicks. It's not made to wash your face with after every shave. Because really, guys, think about it. What is alum? Anybody know? I'll give you a little hint. It's potassium alum sulfate. Potassium is considered a metal, but since it will bond with chlorine, it's considered a salt. Alum sulfate. Sulfate is a salt. So you're putting salt on your face. And it's just like the old saying goes, putting salt in the wound. So if you are having to use an alum block all over your face after you shave to see if you got a good shave, you're still doing something wrong in your routine, your rhythm, your technique, your pre-shave, your shave, your post-shave. You're doing something wrong if you're still having to use that alum block to find out if you've got a good shave or not. You can look at your face and you can see I've got a little bit of burn right here. Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and rub this all over it because I know once I put my aftershave on, the aftershave has the witch hazel, has the aloe. Yeah, it's got alcohol in it too, but still, it's all in there. I got a little bit of ridge burn there, but I'm not going to worry about that. Dry that off. Put it back up. That's why it's a big help, but I'm a big hater of this, watching other people use it like that. Because they're showing people this, people are doing it, and it's a bad habit. Because it will absolutely, especially when they sit there and boast that they have sensitive skin. Oh, I got sensitive skin, I got sensitive skin, and then they bathe in that. Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. And it's a bad habit to learn. But, you know, I've done my research. I'm not a dermatologist. Dermatologist for 30 years, been taking care of me. So, I have a little faith in him. All right, so here's the aftershave. It comes in a little squirt bottle. I'm not going to squirt it straight on my face. I'm going to squirt it in my hand and apply it like I normally would. Yeah. So thoughts on the soap. It's a very thick soap. It does dry out quick. You saw that I had to add water to it once I got it on my face. This is a clean smell. It reminds me of something that I have used in the past. And I cannot just I can't put my finger on it. It's similar to that. I bet it's one of these. I don't know. I can't figure it out. So that's what it is. Find your technique. You know, get all your rhythm going. Shave your strokes. Shave the face you want to shave. But if you're not getting the results that you want, think outside the box. Figure out what you're doing wrong. You know, ask questions of people. There's plenty of people on YouTube, you know, myself and others that have been doing it for a long time that can pretty much answer your questions if you all ask them. So this has been a pretty long video. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. I'll do the shaved in video here pretty soon and get that up. But until next time, smooth shaving. This is RD Shaves. I'm out.